30.
So that wasn't difficult.
Thank you.
Paul's quicker for Mark today. Along with the 1941 10-cent note, he's parted with a total of £41.
Thank you. Take care, bye.
While he's been spending his gold doubloons, Margie has journeyed to the maritime town of Whitby. The place is famed for many a seafaring legend, but back in the 18th century it was the epicentre for whaling expeditions. Margie has come to Whitby Museum to learn how voyages to the Arctic resulted in crucial scientific discoveries. Curator Fiona Barnard is going to enlighten Margie further.
So when did whaling begin in Whitby?
It began in the 1770s, 80s.
Right, and it's seemed a very, very slightly barbaric and hard life.
It was extremely barbaric and hard,
Yeah.
but it was fulfilled a vital role in the economy of the country.
Sometimes as many as 16 ships with around 50 men per vessel would be Arctic bound. Although this killing is abhorrent in today's society, for the Georgian whalers it was the dawning of the Industrial Revolution and whale oil was a precious commodity.
For the first time, weavers and spinners were moving away from their cottages and into factories, so they needed to be lit. So you couldn't just sit in your doorstep getting the last of the light. You would want to be working all hours of the day and night in a large building, so they desperately needed the oil for lighting. It was also the oil that oiled the machinery.
If the ships were successful, they could make up to £3,000 per trip, which equates to £250,000 today. But the challenge of working in such a harsh environment required great ingenuity. Prompting father and son, William Scoresby Sr. and William Scoresby Jr., Whitby's most famous whaling ship captains, to create some rather clever inventions.
The crow's nest was developed by the father, and that did a huge job protecting whoever was in it. In the crow's nest you'll find a telescope for looking for whales, obviously, but also a speaking trumpet so he could shout instructions to the crew as he directed the ship through the ice, and there would have been signal flags in to signal to the whaleboats that were way out at sea. Before that, the person on lookout navigating through the ice just had to tie themselves onto the rigging with maybe a little platform for their feet. So this meant they could stay up there longer. There's a seat inside. They can have the dinner sent up. They can have a brew sent up. They drank enormous amounts of tea.
Really? While the boat's doing that?
Scoresby Sr. also developed different types of rigging for easier manoeuvrability in the ice. But his son became not only a brave captain, but also a brilliant scientist.
He did a lot of work on where to put a compass so that it wasn't affected by the ship's metal. So you mustn't put it beside the engine, for instance, which seems logical to us, but a lot of people did it then.
Scoresby's research in magnetic navigation was critical to chart making. A skilled cartographer, his mapping of the east coast of Greenland contributed to the first real knowledge of this area, something the Admiralty hadn't yet achieved.
He was a fellow of the Royal Society and a founder member of the British Association for the Advancement of Science. He wrote about 200 publications.
Granny's in the basement.
Both father and son had retired by the time declining numbers brought whaling to an end in Whitby in the 1830s. The town's whalers gave Britain so much more than the oil that lit and lubricated the Industrial Revolution. They also helped to advance the science of seafaring. Now, where art thou, Paul Laidlaw?
I could buy a turkey or not. £200 a head. But you know what? I wouldn't be me if I did. Because you know what? It's not about the money, is it? I'm as focused now as I was when we were even Stevens with £200 a push to go on.
Oh, I believe it.
Come on, guys.
We're headed for the town of Pickering in North Yorkshire.
There you go, antiques and collectibles, that will do.
JSC Collectibles is next on Paul's radar. With almost £400, he's positively loaded. Now, this is a shop that could be right up Paul Street. They're specialists in militaria, but there's plenty of other stuff to recce too.
Captain, can I have a look in this cabinet? Is it open?
Yep, there you go.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a nice thing, that fob, isn't it?
It is nice, that.
It's the enamelling and the domes, the dominoes that make it.
I just put it out this afternoon.
Ah, meant to be. So WECC sounds like cricket club, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
But what the doms have got to do with 1, 2, 3, 4. Any ideas? I'm beat. I'm genuinely not a clue.
No, we didn't either.
You got 6 hours. Everything down to numbers, shall we? So we're not going to wear this label.
Priced at £72.
60 grams. I made an offer. 40 quid.
You know what, do a bit more.
Maybe, won't we? See how far you can get that arm up there. Another fiver. You can think about that. 45 quid offers there on the table. I'll have a look
About 2
upstairs.
minutes now, guys.
Thank you.
On my day.
Oh, laughing boy's not hanging around today. He's a bit of a flirty charmer too.
Where can I go now?
Guess where he's returning?
Shall we look in here?
See one of those
There's
every
nothing
day.
in
In amongst RAF Tropical and British battle dress and Russian tunics.
here. No,
Imperial Japan.
no,
This is an army officer tunic in the Second World War. Highly uncommon. And these are collectible. This is history. No bones about it. And the veterans, our veterans that fought over there and 17 prisoners of war were terribly treated and felt, what can I say, didn't find the words.
For about 2 minutes now.
About it.
Maybe we
Many
should
of them
wait.
are dying day.
I think we could
And
go.
that's what makes these things so powerful, is it not? This is real history.
We've got the crossbow.
Stirring stuff, eh? Let's find Caroline to try and broker a deal.
Right then,
That's good one.
from upstairs, one Imperial Japanese
I can't
tunic.
catch them.
That's finished up at 150. There's a deal to be done on that.
Yes, we can do something on that.
Quickly.
What's the something?
Pizza?
I'm going
Is that it?
back.
If that's 80,
Way.
can our Domino's fob be then the 45 that I offered?
This way.
Go on.
We did it. Thank you very much.
And that frisky little deal comes to a total of £125 for the 9-carat gold watch fob and the Japanese military tunic. Those signal the end of shopping for
God's
today.
sake, I don't need that. I
It's
need to
tipping down
save.
again.
I know where the key. I know where the key could be.
Join me for dinner.
Fish and chips, Margie.
Plenty of salt and vinegar. Nice.
The pliers. To go.
Good morning, sunshine. Our antiques lovies are up and at 'em.
Fix the weather, Margie. This is what a difference a day makes, I think, big spreadsheet. Do you know, I like being driven. And by you, Margie?
Driven well.
Driven crazy.
What about the new wall?
Go this way.
Watch your step, Paul. Let's remind ourselves of what our darlings have bought thus far. Margie has 2 lots, the sweetheart breeches and the horseshoe stick pin, plus the cravat pin and agate pendant.
Can't go wrong with gold, and you can't go wrong with silver.
Margie has £138 and 70 pence left. Paul is buying his kind of thing this leg of the road trip. He has 4 lots. The 1941 10-franc note, the Home Guard vase, the gold watch fob, and the Japanese military tunic. He's been busy.
Just like that.
We could be on a roll here.
Now,
£268 and 40 pence is the sum total left in his wallet.
now,
You're getting on my nerves, Margie.
oh my days, I found all the pieces.
My husband.
I was on the phone to him last night. We're taking great solace in one another's shared experience.
Hang on, can I join that club? Next stop is County Durham, the town of Stockton-on-Tees, to be precise.
Enjoying all day.
Lovely. Look, I wish I could say I was going to miss you, but frankly, looking at that.
Oh, you're not going to miss me.
Of course I'm going to miss you. You have fun. Just don't be buying any bargains.
What are those? What bargains?
All right, Archie. Paul is getting the chance to indulge in two of his great loves now, collecting and militaria. He's come to Preston Park Museum to discover more about Colonel Gilbert Spence, a phenomenal collector of all things military. This is exciting. Stand to. Museum Development Manager John Bealey is going to make Paul's day.
Wow. That's Colonel Spencer's own personal dress uniform. So there's the man. He wore that.
So we're standing here with him in a sense. Oh my word.
Welcome to Paradise, Paul.
Well, Spence was a shipyard owner on Stockton-on-Tees. It gave him the means and the wealth to buy anything he really fancied. And he fancied quite a lot.
Hi.
A wide variety of things, but especially militaria, weapons, armour, you name it, he bought it.
Spence became a lieutenant colonel in the Territorial Army and soon found himself leading his battalion, the 5th Durham Light Infantry, on the Western Front during World War I.
They're shipped out to France in 1915. They didn't get long to acclimatise. They were only there a matter of days when the Germans launched the second battle with gas for the first time in the First World War, and they were rushed to the front. And so they saw pretty terrible fighting right from the off. But throughout that time, he's still collected, so he's still purchasing some of the objects while he's a serving officer. So